I am live in Thornton, Colorado.
Yay. Yeah.
So let's start with the invocation. Why don't you?
Okay, so I just invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. And as we're breathing in, we are breathing in the breath of God, breathing in the life of God, breathing out any worries or concerns or anything that might be going on, and just getting ready to celebrate life this morning in our very own Sunday service. And so I just bless this day. I bless Greg as he does our producing, and Paul with his wonderful music, and I bless Ernestine, who's doing the affirmations and the reading, and the people that are here with us today, and everyone that's watching online now or later. And so I'm just so grateful for this day, grateful to know that right here God is. And I just allow this word to be, and together we say,
And so,
it is.
So it is.
So Paul?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Tom Waits song here. And it's hard to imagine Tom Waits writing a song about church. But I think this is a very good metaphor for going to church. It's called Come On Up to the House. Oh, the moon is broken and the sky is cracked. Come on up to the house, when the only thing that you can see is all that you lack. Come on up to the house. All your crying won't do no good. Come on up to the house. Come down off the cross, we can use the wood. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. This world is not my home, I'm just passing through. Come on up to the house. There's no light in the tunnel, no irons in the fire. Come on up to the house, and you're singing lead soprano in a junk man's choir. Come on up to the house. If life seems nasty, brutish and short, come on up to the house. The seas are stormy and you can't find a port. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. This world is not my home, I'm just passing through. Come on up to the house. When there's nothing in the world that you can do, come on up to the house. When you've been whipped by the forces inside you, come on up to the house. You're high on top of your mountain of woe. Come on up to the house. You know you should surrender, but it's so hard to let it go. Just come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house. This world is not my home, I'm just passing through. Come on up to the house. Come on up to the house.
Thank you, Paul. That was great.
It was great.
I especially like the cross.
Yeah. Come down off the cross, we can use the wood.
That's great. Thank you so much.
We're going to make some announcements, and then we'll be right back to you for another song.
Okay.
Okay.
So like us and check in on Facebook at CSL North Metro, and go to our website and check it out, cslnorthmetro.org. There's a brand new blog out there.
I did.
Yeah. So you can go to contact us and sign up to get our emails on Sundays that has all the websites and things that you need to do to get connected. And you can also submit a prayer request out there, and I'll pray on it all week. And the affirmations and the affirmative prayer are out there, so that's always available too. So, oh yeah, and if you shop on Amazon and you're not supporting somebody else, go to Amazon Smile and select CSL North Metro for your charity, and then when you shop, we get paid.
I just had an idea.
What?
Paul just saying, come on up to the house, and we do our service in our house. So come on up to our house.
Yeah, that's
Join
really
us in the
great.
service.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today's title is, what is it? Happy is. And you've met our guest artist, Paul Landsittel, and today's reading is from A Deep Breath of Life by Alan Cohen. And I think we're ready for our affirmations. And Ernestine, good morning.
Good morning again. Please, well, wait a minute. Affirmations for the week of September 5th, 2021. Please repeat after me. I create a new and positive future for myself here and now. The totality of the universe conspires for my highest and best good. I share the embrace of warmth, kindness, and compassion with everyone in my life. I trust my inner knowing and wisdom in all situations. Joyful grace and freedom permeate every aspect of my existence. Each beat of my heart brings a greater acceptance of my divinity. And together we say, and so it is. Okay, the reading is A Deep Breath of Life by Alan Cohen. When human beings appeared on the planet, a group of gods got together and decided to play a game. Let's hide the secret, one suggested. Great idea, another suggested. Where shall we hide it? Let's plant it on the top of the highest mountain, one proposed. Now, responded another, people will even climb to Mount Everest. How about the bottom of the ocean? Asked another. No, they will invent submarines. On and on the gods pondered, trying to find a suitable hiding place. Finally, one god had a bright idea. I know, he exclaimed. Let's hide the secret of life inside each person. They'll never think to look there. We remain in the darkness when we seek external solutions for internal needs. We believe our problems exist because of causes outside ourselves, and then seek to rearrange the outer world. Even when we succeed, we feel empty because the external situation was not the cause of our pain. To truly be healed, we must deal with our experience at its source, our own beliefs, attitudes, and actions. In their important book, Conscious Loving, Gay and Kathleen Hendricks put forth the core principle that each partner must take 100% responsibility for everything that happens in their relationship and in their world. Empower yourself by identifying yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as the source of your experience. The whole game changes when you realize the answer is within you. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Ernestine.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
We're going to announce Paul again too. I just want to recognize Stephan Anthony for writing those affirmations every single week, and the affirmative prayer that goes up on the website as well. And he was reading them, but he's having to work on Sundays right now. But I just really want to acknowledge him because every single week he writes new affirmations for you to use for the week.
He's been doing that for about 20 years.
Yeah, he's been doing that with us for a long time. So
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Stephan.
Yeah, thank you. And now we bring back the one, the only, Paul Landsittel.
The song is kind of about breathing while you pray. Holy smoke. I know a lot of people I'll be praying for tonight. Some of them are still with me. Some have gone out of sight. I'm hearing their voices. Faces come into my room. They beg for my attention, like sunlight on the moon. When they're crossing my mind, heading for my heart, I throw them into the fire, fire of my love. Holy smoke, holy smoke, holy smoke, holy smoke. I run through the thickets of melancholy hearts, make a bonfire of their sorrows, watch them go up in smoke. As I blaze my way through the darkness of all minds, this darkness will not stay where the light shines. You're crossing my mind, heading for my heart. Throw you into the fire, fire of my love. Holy smoke, holy smoke. Happy is holy smoke, holy smoke.
Yay, thank you so much. That was
Holy
beautiful.
smoke, that was great. Thank you. We're going to do our thing now, and we'll be back to you shortly. Well, not so shortly, but we'll be back to you.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. Thank you all. Welcome back. I know Valerie knows this, but a lot of people don't know this, but I have all my life been a big fan of animated movies, and it started with Disney. The first movie I can remember seeing was Bambi, and it really struck me because right off the bat, his mother died. Bambi's mom dies, and it's sad. And this whole plot unfolds, and And at the end, Bambi lives happily ever after. And I always thought, wow, wouldn't it be awesome to just live happily ever after, to live your life day in and day out in happiness, just be joyful in everything you do, the good, the bad. You're happy to be alive, happy to be here. And it struck me when I first came into this teaching. Somebody told me that I don't have to do anything. I don't have to pray for happiness. I don't have to chase happiness. I don't have to create happiness, because happiness, happy, just is. It's always present. It's always within me. It's just a matter of seeking my attention, letting my attention come to the happiness that I am. I can simply, if something's going on and I'm feeling a little down, I can simply declare I am happy. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But when the times it doesn't work, what I do for myself is I try to focus in on something that makes me happy. And I think of my daughter and my grandkids, and that always makes me happy. And so when we move through life, we can move through life with a happy attitude. And even when there's sadness, I can find a space for happiness. Happiness and sadness can coexist. If you lose somebody and it's sad, you can be happy you can experience the sadness and allow yourself to grieve, but you can be happy that this person was in your life for so long and had such great influence on you and did whatever it did to make you happy. So they can coexist. No one or no thing can ever make you happy, because happy is just present within you. Some people can, or some situations can happen that remind you that you're happy, but they don't make you happy. You're happy because you're happy. Wasn't that one of the 7 doors?
Yes.
Huh.
And Grumpy was one of the other ones.
Yeah. So who would you rather be, grumpy or happy?
Some days grumpy, some days happy. That is a choice.
It is a choice, because it always exists. We can choose to be happy or not be happy. Happiness is an eternal thing, because it exists as me. It is eternally being me. And if I check into my happiness and I decide that this moment is an eternal moment, so if I'm happy in this moment, how will it change my next moment? Because happiness can move from moment to moment. And if it's moving from if it's moving from moment to moment, then in essence, you're happy ever after, because every moment brings your happiness to fruition. I'm going to rest my voice for a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to start with a quote from Ernest Holmes that was in the September Science and Mind magazine. The will of God for you is the will of a boundless life flowing through you. It is the will of joy, of success, of happiness, of peace, of abundance. Mm-hmm. It is the will of the kingdom of heaven, not absence from this earth, but imperfectly seen. So that's Ernest Holmes. So when I started thinking about happiness, I started thinking about gratitude and forgiveness. And then I got to listen to your heart. And then I started thinking about how your heart also has a brain. And they're finding in research more and more and more that a lot more happens in the brain of the heart than we ever thought. And I know when I was a little kid, we would say we felt things in our heart, but then the teachers would say, well, no, you're not really feeling it in your heart. It's just your imagination. Well, yeah, we really are feeling it in our heart, because our heart has a brain. And when we do our thinking through our hearts, then we know that thing that's right for us, and we know that thing that's wrong for us. And so that's a place where we get out of the head, get into the heart, and start recognizing what are those things that make us feel good, and what are those things that make us not feel good? And we have choices. So I thought about gratitude. I thought about forgiving ourselves and forgiving others, because we can get stuck sometimes in an old pattern of something somebody or I did a long time ago that I can still bring up and still make myself miserable about. But we have the choice not to stay there. We have the choice to say, yes, but that was then and this is now, and I can just let that go now.
Yes.
So we're actually like tuning forks. There's a magnetic energy in our bodies that has a high vibration when we're happy and has a very low vibration when we're not happy. And so when we're at that high vibration, we're attracting high vibrational attitudes, high vibrational activities, high vibrational things happening to us. And when we're in that low vibration, then we're attracting the low vibration things. And I know we talk all of the time about what we think about expands, but it's more than just what we think about. It's also how we're feeling when we're thinking about it. So if we're feeling love and gratitude and peace and joy, our vibration is really high. And if we're not feeling those things, even though we might thinking about a thing, sometimes we're thinking about a thing like, oh, I really want this, but I'll never get it. Well, where's the vibration there? Not so high. So I was looking at, I can't think of the name of the book, but it's by Lynn Grabhorn, and she has such an amazing way of just stating things so easily, so simply. She was talking about how the vibration of the planet, of the people on the planet, is more low than high. And so when we're not consciously thinking about how we're feeling and raising that vibration, we have a tendency to sink. I know you talked about the highest vibration, whether it's low or whether it's high. The most of it has a tendency to, we'll either sink to that or rise to that. And so being aware that there's a low vibration all the way around us. And I know we know what that is because we've felt it when we walk into a room and somebody's just had an argument or somebody's just said something really mean. We can feel it.
Yeah.
We can all feel those things. And so she said, we're just these walking magnetic energy that's attracting to us however we're feeling. All of the time, we're that magnetic energy attracting to us how we're feeling. And so as we recognize that, we have the choice of staying in a higher vibration or letting ourselves sink into the low vibration. Because I know this because sometimes I have a tendency to say to myself, I have too much to do and I'll never get it all done. Well, guess what happens when I claim that for myself? I have too much to do and I'll never get it all done. So I have my prayer partner pray for me to prioritize this week. So instead of letting myself get lost doing this thing over there, which really doesn't have to be done, or this thing over here, which really does, I was really good all week at saying, okay, this is the top thing on my list. I need to do that. Okay, this is the next thing on my list. I need to do that. Okay, that thing over there, yeah, that needs to be done, but no, that doesn't need to be done. And I got so much done this week, just knowing that she was praying for me to prioritize, focusing on, okay, I'm going to get all the important things done this week. And it makes a huge difference when we focus on what we do want instead of what we don't want. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that goes around saying, oh, I don't know, I feel really sad today, or it's too hot, or it's this, or it's that. And just reminding myself, just picking up a book and reading about you're attracting what you're vibrating. And recognizing, oh, so I'm in control of all of this? Oh, so I have absolutely nobody to blame for what's going on in my life, but what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. So we really do have a choice. And there are lots of things that we can do when our vibration is low. We can pray for ourselves. We can call somebody in heaven, pray for us. We can
go out and smell the roses.
We can do that.
Call a relative or talk to your grandkids.
Or even think about them. Just think about them. I may have told this. So my grandson was over here the other day, and he likes to play hide and seek. And here's how it goes. He goes, "You go over there and count, and I'll go hide in the ball bath." Every time he does that. So then when it's his turn to count, he counts like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he knows exactly where I am. But he does the same thing I do, because I go all over the house pretending I don't know where he is before I found him. And then he laughs. So he does the same thing. He knows exactly where I hid because he was watching me. He goes everywhere I'm not and then finds me at the end. And it just cracks me up. It is so fun and so funny. So all I have to do is just think about that. And it makes me laugh again.
Makes you happy.
It does make me happy. Well, just having him here makes me happy. Just thinking about he's coming makes me happy. And my granddaughter too, but she's in school right now. So I get more time alone with the grandson than I did before. And then he's usually napping when she gets back. So we get time together too. So that's fun. Did you have more you want to say?
Well, when I was meditating this morning before service, the statement came to me. So I wrote it down. And this is what I got. If I can live in the eternalness of now, which is God, then I can allow my highest good to emerge out of me. So if I can live in the eternal now and be happy in this eternal now, then that opens up the heart. It expands the mind, and it allows something for my highest good to emerge from me. And when I say emerge, I mean you can feel it come from your heart and just move out, and it literally touches other people. If you can stay in the eternality of happiness, then that happiness will spread everywhere you go. So you may come to a checkout stand for your groceries, and the person may be in a bad mood because the person before me just was rude to her. Well, if you're the vibration, like Reverend Valerie said, of happiness, then that's going to pick up and it's going to change them just by saying, "Hi, how are you today?" from a happy place. So living in the eternal now is important, and taking that happiness from moment to moment is important. Yeah, that's what I had to say.
So I was thinking about that when you were talking. I can remember a time I end up talking to the people behind me and the people in front of me. And it's always been that way. Even when I'm just standing there having my own thoughts, the person will just look at me and start talking. They've always done that in lines. But anyway, I can remember the person in front of me was really, really being unkind to the cashier. And so, of course, when I stepped up, she was not feeling very good. And so I said something about, "Wow, that must have been really hard. And you did that really well. And I'm just so grateful that you're here and you can help me." And it just perked her right back up. So not only can we use that energy to up level our own vibration, but we can offer the possibility for others to uplift too. I remember a story that Zig Ziglar told about kicking the dog. And you've probably heard this, but so he's talking about the guy goes to work and the boss yells at him. And so he goes home and yells at his wife. And then the wife yells at the kid. I think it went on for a lot longer, but I'm going to the wife yells at the kid. And so the kid kicks the dog because he doesn't have anybody else to pick on. And so the point was, if that boss would have just kicked that dog, then he could have eliminated all that other pain in the middle.
My younger brother actually did that. My older brother got mad at my next brother, and the next brother got mad at me, and I got mad at my younger brother, and he was going to take it out on his dog, but the dog bit him. It's tough being the low man on the totem pole. It really happened.
So, Ernest Holmes also says, no matter what's going on in your life, there's always a place of calm at the center of your being. And so when we understand, when something like that does happen, we can get conscious and we can recognize that, just like the reading, that the power and the will and the presence of God is right where we are all of the time. We always have access to it. We always have choice about where our vibration is, whether it's higher, whether it's low. And yes, things do happen, and we can deal with that and stay in it, or we choose to let it go. We also know when a decision's right and when a decision's wrong when we pay attention to our heart. And Lynn Grabhorn was talking about a person who was going to invest in somebody else's business. And so her head said it was all right. And so she had gone ahead and was going to do it. She got to the bank to do the transaction. She got this really sinking feeling in her heart that this was the wrong thing to do. Like, she looked at it from her head again and like, well, everything checks out. So she went ahead and did it. Well, her heart was right all along, and she ended up having a terrible experience and losing a bunch of money because she didn't listen to her heart. And I think we can think of those times when our heart was telling us something very different than our head was telling us, and we went ahead and did the thing anyway because either we told somebody we would, or because we just dismissed what our heart was telling us. And so then we discover, oh, that brain in our heart, that feeling in our heart, that really is a divine intelligence that is guiding us all the time, that is always saying, yes, do this, pass by that. Yes, do this, not so much.
Right.
You know, it's just that guidance is always there if we just get in practice and get used to listening to it.
Yeah. I going back to Bambi, I can remember crying at different points when something would happen. As a little kid, it made me cry. And then at the end, everything turned out perfect. And I was so happy. And I left the theater happy. And I'm just thinking, when they say happily ever after, what if we use that as a tool for any quality of God? Say you just came into some money, well, declare, I'm prosperous ever after. I'm prosperous ever after. If you got in a conflict with somebody and you came to some sort of agreement, then you could say, I'm peaceful ever after. Mm-hmm. I am peaceful ever after. And I don't know, for me, there's a power to saying that it's not something that comes and goes, but it's something that's with me all the time. I am peace. I am happiness. I am joy. I am freedom. I am power. I am all that God is, and God is all that I am. I got a quote that I'd like to share with you.
Go ahead.
And I'll have everybody guess who said this. I'll just read it first. I, not events, have the power to make me happy or unhappy today. I can choose which it shall be. Yesterday is dead. Tomorrow hasn't arrived yet. I have just one day, today, and I'm going to be happy in it. Groucho Marx.
Yeah. And you can take it to, I just have one moment and I'm going to be happy in it. And just one moment. I was thinking about a situation where I was fairly young when I met this person, and he was just a miserable person who was unkind to everyone. And a lot of things were directed directly at me, but he had room to make sure he directed those things at everybody. And I remember how I really let it get to me. I was probably 19 or 20. I really let it get to me. And it took me quite a long time. And I can remember beginning to understand that he was being unkind to everyone because of a deep unhappiness or a deep unworthiness or whatever was going on in his life, he was sharing to everyone. And so I got to the point where I could just look at him while he was talking to me and recognize I'm at choice whether I take this on or not.
Yes.
This person's in pain, and this person's trying to share that pain with me. And I am at choice whether I take it on or not. And then, so I got that far, but it took me longer to recognize that I also had to do further work and had to do forgiveness work for myself for letting it bother me and for him being in the place that he is where he just needs to make everybody miserable. I also made the choice to move away so he didn't have to see it anymore. That was very healthy too.
You gotta do what makes you happy.
Yeah, well, you do. And I think we have to, I think we get to understand that we're at choice. And when somebody is sharing really low vibrational stuff, I mean, a really invitation to make you feel lousy, we're at choice. We're at choice whether we accept that, but we're also at choice whether we stay with that person or learn how to just not engage. And I can think of a day when he called and he wanted to speak to my then husband. And so he said, well, I've been trying to call you all morning. That's before cell phones. And I said, well, we went out to breakfast. And he's like, well, it must be really nice to be able to go out for breakfast. And I'm like, yes, it is. I'll go get John. Goodbye. It's like, I got, I don't, this is an invitation that I don't have to accept.
Right.
And so I can still have a really nice day and I can still enjoy myself and I can still be at peace with everything. And I'm sad that you're where you are, but I'm not taking what you're serving today.
Yes.
Yeah. So
again, you gotta do what makes you happy. And each one of us is responsible for our own happiness. Each one of us is responsible for how we go through every moment, how we step up and allow our vibration to be as high as possibly can be, and just live life to the fullest.
mm-hmm.
We can call forth happiness in any given moment, and we can find happiness in anything that we do. We can find happiness around any person, even though that person was what they was. You found happiness by leaving. And that's a good thing.
It was a good thing.
We don't have to feel guilty about that, because if you allow that person to bring you down to his or her vibration, then you haven't done anything for yourself or for the world.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you can step away from it, allow your vibration to vibe at a high level, then I don't think of anything else that can make me more happy than to just be vibrating at a high level.
Well, then you spread that.
Yeah.
There you go. I also was reading, I don't remember where it was, about how some of us feel like we can't be happy because there's so much pain in the world right now. And the author was saying that there's always pain in the world. And our dropping our level to that pain is not doing anything for the world, that the more we up level ourselves and raise our vibration, then we're actually helping raise the vibration in the world. And that's what's going to change things, not us lowering our vibration to what's going on. And I want to say for that, some of us feel called to be very active in changing things. And that's exactly the right thing to do for that person. And some of us are not feeling called to be active in that thing and are active in another, and it's all good. And so as we learn to do the things we need to do to raise our vibration, whether it's meditating or prayer or going outside or some of us cook, some of us garden, some of us read, some of us watch TV, whatever it is that raises your vibration is a really good thing to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for you, good for the world, and just plain good.
That's right.
So go out and be happy.
That's right.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. Okay. So you want to start us today?
Okay. So I invite you to close your eyes, get comfortable right where you are, and allow yourself to move inward. And we recognize right at the core of our being, God is. We recognize that God is eternal life. God is infinite good. God is infinite intelligence. God is all that is, was, or ever will be. God is the perfection of the universe, the perfection of all that's taking place. God is creator of joy and peace, happiness, love, harmony, beauty, prosperity, creativity, all this and so much more. God is. God is life. God is my life. God is Reverend Valerie's life. God is the life of each person that is participating in this service today and beyond. And I know that this day is the day that God has made. So I claim, I declare by the power within me that each person that's tuned into the sound of my voice is now freed from anything that may be holding you back, freed from any lack or limitation, free from any pain. And the joyness and the happiness that is within you pours forward and washes away all the pain that you may be experiencing. And if there is no pain and you're just having the best life that can be right in this moment, I call forth within you to multiply it by 10, 20, 100, and see how joyful you can be. And as you vibrate at this joyful level, you change the energy on the planet. You make the change that we've come here to be. So I bless all those on this planet that may be feeling conflict, feeling lack and limitation, feeling some sort of pain. I surround them in light and love and know the truth of who they are. Divine children of God. And I'm so grateful for this. I pass it to Reverend Valerie.
Thank you. And I too surround this planet with light and with love and with peace, with joy, with harmony, with enough for everyone, with safety. I surround every person with that light and that love and that peace of God, knowing that as they go through their human existence, they are more than that. They are one with the one with God, one with all that is. And I just bless each and every one as they go through the things that they're going through. And I bless this planet and know that God is right in every breath and in every word and in every action. And so I just am so, so, so grateful. Grateful to know this truth for myself, for Michael, for everyone here, but for everyone everywhere, regardless of what they're experiencing right now. I just send that wondrous blessing, that God is right where each one of us is, that each one of us is eternal, and that the eternal being that is one with God is always okay, is always one with God, is always blessed. And so in absolute gratitude for this day, for this service, for our wonderful congregation, for everyone who's helping us in any way, I'm just so grateful to know that this word is complete in the mind of God, grateful to know that it is manifesting right here and right now, grateful to know that as we up-level ourselves, we are also up-leveling the energy on this planet. And so in absolute gratitude, knowing that this word is complete in the mind of God, I simply release it into the action of the law. I release it into the spirit of love. And I let it go and I allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is. Ashe, Amen, Amen, Aho, and woohoo!
There's an old ancient saying in the wind, one must only take a first step to begin. You're on your way, now you've done the hardest part. Make a journey with a generous heart. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this old world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor side by side. If we've stumbled and we've broken our stride, wearing old worn-out boots, foolish pride, we're gonna put on our brand new running shoes, run a race in which no one can really lose. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this old world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor side by side. If you run to a neighbor for help, that don't mean you can't do it for yourself. That just means that your neighbor will know. If he needs help, he'll know where to go. Step by step, side by side, hand in hand, this old world's a better ride. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor side by side. When we understand that the heart is the one true power, and that nothing that we see is really ours, from a satellite we all look as one. I think our world's time may finally have come. Step by step, side by side, take a little step with your neighbor side by side. Take a little step with your neighbor side by side.
Yeah. Is that one of your songs? Did you write that?
No, that is a Chuck Pyle song. He's
Oh, we love Chuck Pyle.
yeah, he's known as the Zen
Young
Cowboy.
Cowboy, yes. When I was the senior minister in Grand Junction, Valerie was booking the talent, and she came across Chuck, and he was so gracious and so humble to come to our small little church, and we just loved him.
Yeah, he's a really good songwriter.
Yeah,
He is, yeah. He wrote for quite a few big stars too.
Yeah. Jerry Jeff Walker had a big hit with one of his songs.
Yeah, so we just send out light and love to wherever he is in the universe.
Right.
Thanks for doing that.
Sure.
We're going to take care of some business, and we'll be right back to you.
All right.
So I want to first of all thank all those that continue to support us and in your creative way, give from your heart. And I invite those that may be tuning in each week and thinking about your own generosity and where you'd like to give, consider us, because we really appreciate it, and we bless you for your gifts and your support.
So You can go to our website to give, cslnorthmetro.org, and there's PayPal out there and another way to give. The Venmo QR code is just up. So if you use Venmo, you can just put your phone right on that QR code and do that way. We also take checks and cash and stuff too. So our address is on the website if you want to mail it to us. And I think that's what I have to say about that.
Okay. Then wherever you are, point your energy towards the screen or towards the basket and repeat after me. I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give thanks for this opportunity to give.
I give freely.
I give freely.
From the depth of my heart.
From the depths of my heart.
I send my love out into the universe.
I send my love out into the universe.
Knowing it comes back multiplied.
Know it comes back multiplied.
For this and so much more.
For this and so much more.
I give thanks.
I give thanks.
And let it be.
And let it be.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Step by step.
One more.
All by all.
One more time.
Yeah, that song has a knack for running through your head a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Well, this is a song, a fairly recent song. I don't have it on any of my albums yet, but soon to be released. This is called Blessed Duality. Good morning, sunshine, daybreak just in time. My heart knows how to change my mind. I surrender without a fight. Today's revelation be my celebration. Run, spirit, run through my imagination. Yin and yang, dark and light, opposites unite. Creation lives inside of me with any possibility. Praying attention, I clear the way. Set my intention by the light of day. For now is the turning point. I'll take a spin. Feel the change coming when I begin. Yin and yang, dark and light, opposites unite. Creation lives inside of me with any possibility. Flash of light, great insight comes over me. I take a step, walk on faith into the mystery. Yin and yang, dark and light, opposites unite. Creation lives inside of me with any possibility, any possibility.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Yes, that was awesome.
So join us on Zoom right after this service to share your aha moments. The link will be coming up in the comments, so you can get it there. But if you need that link, it's always on our website. So cslnorthmetro.org and the calendar. And then this week's service is listed there. And the links for the service on YouTube and on Facebook are there. But also the Zoom link is always there on the website. So if you didn't catch it right here, you can get it on the website. We'd love to see you afterwards on Zoom, because it's really fun to get together and have a conversation afterwards. So also, while you're out there on the website, if you're not getting our emails about the things that we're doing, you can sign up for our email list there too. So
Lots of things you can do.
lots of things to do.
So join us. We'd love to have
Yes.
you. Hey, there's
Everybody.
Greg and Ernestine. Welcome back.
And then we have people here too. So that's nice too. So join us on Zoom and we'll talk about things.
Have anything you want to share with us, Ernestine, Greg.
Oh, I appreciate the whole messages. Thanks for reading, Ernestine. I especially like the part about relationships and how each person in a relationship has 100% responsibility, and that stuck with me. And really great message, everybody, and great music, Paul. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's wonderful.
So we wish you to have a beautiful week, and come back next week and join us. We'll have some good stuff to share with you.
Yeah.
And we're going to say Invocation.
Am I?
Yes.
Okay. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. We're so grateful. Grateful for all the blessings that each one of us received. Grateful for this day. Grateful for this time together. Grateful for this thing called life and our opportunity to expand and grow and become more of who we came here to be in it. And so just absolutely full of gratitude for all of the good that's in our lives. I just simply let it go. Let God allow it to be. And together we say, and so
And
it is.
So it
So it
is.
is.
Hey,
Peace and blessings.
All right. See you
Thank
all
you.
next week.
yeah, join us on Zoom.